Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining my live stream. Thank you for your patience. Working on getting everybody loaded in over here. Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. We are back with another Call of Duty Mobile. First off, how do y'all like the haircut? On a scale from 1 to 10. How would you rate it? Personally, I think it looks a lot better than it did before. It's a lot less all over the place, you know? Personally a fan. What up? Thank you everybody for joining. Like, subscribe, follow if you haven't already. Edit settings, just making sure we have the right stuff set up. We do, which means we are good to go. My channel. Why does it say the stream ended? Why does it say course it. Oh, freaking Restream is such a garbage. Oh my gosh, I'm so tilted. Why is Restream so freaking bad? Oh my gosh, I'm tilted right now. 1 second, chat. I have to get everything fixed because Restream just decided it was going to reset everything that I had set up for the stream. It's lit! Thanks, Restream. You're the best. Gosh dang it. Alright. That means I've got to change the thumbnail. Upload thumbnail. Downloads. Restream is just dead set. Call of Duty Mobile. I apologize, everybody. Freaking Restream. Yep. After I get that taken care of, we should be good to go. Like your cut, G. I appreciate it. Thank you. That means I've got to go and get rid of the... For some reason, it decided it was going to upload it as a 6-second stream before it reset everything. Big brain plays from Restream. You'll love to see it. We've got our final night of League play right here, as you guys can see from the title. Taking a look at our schedule real quick. Turning off the loud background music. Status Quo versus Infinix. Exiled versus Fierce. Tribe versus Violence. Nova Champs versus Nova Academy. That'll be an interesting one to watch for sure. Taking a look at the... We do have a couple DQs, so the teams that Status Quo and Infinix were supposed to play actually ended up DQing. Meaning... I think that would mean we had a DQ from Truly... And we also had a DQ from... Who am I missing? Oh yeah, we had the automatic DQ from Hammers because they officially dropped out of the competition. I'm not sure how Infinix has 89 points. That's very intriguing to me. Quick question: how does Infinix have 89 points?
89. Oh, that's a typo.
Okay.
It's supposed to be 80 points.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Someone certainly fat-fingered a 0.
Gave me a heart attack and just spit.
Let's see. That makes a little more sense. So the first matchup of the night is going to be just a bonus match where the teams that showed up have the opportunity to get a couple extra points. Infinix versus Status Quo. Obviously, Status Quo would love to get those extra points, as currently they're still 10 points back of Tribe Gaming. And would like to make up the rest of that ground if possible. getting Day's camera set up over here.
The team's on lobby right now.
We have Infinix in the lobby.
Yeah. I respect them for showing up every time.
Yeah, they're always on time. Wait, 300 viewer raid, what?
Shout out to
Titio again. Good lord, Titio. You're madman. Why did the raid not even show up?
Infinix was performing extremely well in Nova Championship Series, so expect a blowout. Just saying.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured anyway. That's the way they've been playing recently, but... Alright. We should be good to go once we get status quo in here.
Alright, best of luck.
Alright.
Have fun.
I don't know what in the world YouTube streaming is doing right now, but it just does not want to work properly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a lot of people that have been having complications with YouTube right now.
It's just...
And YouTube actually put out a tweet earlier, a couple tweets that they were having issues on their end with streaming stuff.
Oh, really? Yeah, basically, I made the event. So the way they even have it set up in the first place is just stupid. It doesn't make sense. You have to create a new event every time you want to go live, which is just annoying in and of itself. And then I actually made the event. I went live. It did a 6-second stream before Restream went rogue and ended that stream and created a new stream with a title that I did not put on there. So that's where we are with YouTube stream right now. If you're tired of YouTube's nonsense, go to trovo.live/BobbyPlays. How did Tribe drop? I mean, Tribe had been at that point counter, or close to it, for the majority of the time. They went 0-2 against Fierce, so.
Yeah, they had a really good start to the season.
Yeah. But obviously, this is a big opportunity for Status Quo as well, as they're getting ready for the weekend and everything else. Get some more reps in, especially against Infinix, which is one of the top teams in North America.
I assume you've already updated everybody in chat, Bobby, on what's going on?
Yeah.
So, okay.
So, Arsenal, aka Hammers, dropped. Oh, and we've got our nominees for a few of our awards. We don't have an official graphic, so I'll just give it to you guys verbally. MVP nomination for Nova Imperium is going to be Vague. MVP nomination for Tribe is Tectonic. For Violence, it's going to be Forbid. For Status Quo, Forsaken. Or no, for Status Quo, Skill. For Fierce, it's going to be Forsaken. Infinix, obviously, Titio. Although Cheto definitely could have been in the running for them as well. For Exile, it's going to be Bear. For Nova, Saxy. Hammers has dropped from the competition, so they won't have a nominee. And Truly will be nominating Tiprath. For our nominees for Sniper, aka Marksman of the Split, we got Cheto from Infinix, Maralto from Status Quo, Sneaky from... Wasn't Sneaky on Hammers? Wait, no. Sneaky was on... Wait. Am I wrong on that? Wasn't Sneaky on Hammers? Okay, I don't know how he ended up in nominees for Sniper the Split, but... okay. And then we do have Swag from Nova Imperium. And then for Rookie of the Split, our nominees are Infinix Tempo and Mason from Violence, I believe. And apparently those are the only two rookies that we have the split, so there we go. All right. Getting ready. Just waiting on Status Quo to get loaded in for us. I would say, based on those nominees, My predictions would probably be... It's difficult to not go with Tatio for MVP just because of how good Infinix has been for the entire season.
For the entire existence of Infinix?
Yeah, for the entire... True. For Sniper of the Split, I mean, it's difficult to not go with Cheto. I'd say Swag is the other potential contender. I don't think anybody would vote for Sneaky as his team's no longer in the competition, and Moralto has been good, but his team has struggled a good bit. So for me, it would be between Cheto and Swag, but I feel like Cheto has had the bigger impact so far. And then for Rookie of the Split, Tempo and Mason, both have been really good for their teams, but I feel like at this point I'm just giving every award to Infinix, but they've just been so good all season.
It's hard not to give them credit. It's hard not to give them credit because they bring a lot of energy to the games, and honestly, they've just been performing just phenomenally well. So, I mean, looking at Infinix, we always obviously had considered Cheto to be one of the top snipers, and Tatio to be one of the top slayers in the league. So for Tempo to be new to the team and come in and have performances rivaling, if not even sometimes doing better than Tatio. So it's really hard to not give him the credit he's earned for sure for Rookie of the Split.
Yep. We are still waiting on Status Quo. I don't think they were planning to play around this time, so that's probably part of the reason that we are having to wait a little bit longer. But keep in mind, we've only got 4 matches instead of 5, so we should be able to still finish things relatively close to on time, which I'm definitely trying to do, especially with the new NA45 Lucky Draw dropping at 8 o'clock. I think it's going to be absolutely terrible for the game, but it'll be great for content. Have you played with the NA45?
For mobile?
Well, in general. I think it was in Advanced
the
Warfare or Infinite
gun?
Warfare.
So I didn't play either of those.
Okay.
I didn't even play either of those Call of Duties because the jetpacks / exosuits.
Yep.
Just honestly pissed me off, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, so basically it's not comparable to any other gun in the history of Call of Duty because the way that it works is the first shot, it's a 2-bullet sniper. The first shot acts as a regular bullet that is also an explosive, and then in order to get the explosive to explode, you have to shoot it again with the second shot, and then it reloads. So if you headshot on the first shot, it's a 1-shot kill. But you can also kill like up to 4 people at one time with the explosion from the first shot. So effectively, it works like an RPG with a sniper scope on it.
Or like the crossbow.
Yeah,
with the exploding dart.
Yeah, basically, yep. So it's going to be really terrible. They have said that it's going to be banned from NA champs, which is definitely a good thing. But, oh, man. I am not looking forward to seeing that in play.
I am currently working on my Onyx crossbow grind on Modern Warfare.
Nice.
So, trying, man. Trying. Playing a lot of domination.
What is Onyx? What is that comparable to in... Do you know what it is in mobile?
So, there is not an Onyx skin in mobile. But so they have the same thing as far as Damascus goes, where if you get all of the guns gold, you get Damascus. And then Onyx is you get 15 kills with a gun in a game 200 times.
Oof. All right.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Is there one after Onyx where you get like Onyx
is the last one.
Okay. I didn't know if there was like a get Onyx on all the skins and you get nuclear or something.
No.
The game just glows bright red and orange for the entire game.
Yeah, nope. There's I don't remember when that was added. Maybe it's Obsidian. It's either Obsidian or Onyx.
I think it's Obsidian. Well, I feel like I've heard Obsidian before anyway.
Yeah, I think it's Obsidian. I think I misspoke the first time. But it looks sick. You feel like a madman when you have it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Is that the first gun that you're going for it with? I can't imagine it's too easy to get 15 kills with a crossbow.
So I already have the 1911 Obsidian.
Okay. Huh.
Yep.
All
I
right.
used to play competitive COD with pistols only.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
And I don't know.
Just for the
I
lulz?
was good with the 5.7 and ghosts. I had
Okay.
a 5.57 KD in search and destroy with
Wow.
just the 5.7.
That's pretty impressive. Is that
I
a
also had
revolver
I also
type
had
or
no
a...
life.
Okay.
It's semi-automatic. But
Okay, gotcha.
let me see what pistol in here too. It was basically just like a very middling pistol. It didn't have the highest damage, but it had like no recoil.
Okay, probably similar to the MW11 and mobile then. There's not a whole lot of pistol versatility. You only have the revolver and the MW. Alright, well, we are getting closer. We got one status quo. Oh no, we got all the status quotes, so we should be good to go soon.
Yeah, we're just waiting on Deathleys to get readied up here, which will hopefully be pretty soon.
Alright. And we are good to go for game number 1.
Are those really the only 2 pistols in mobile?
They are.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
Hopefully they'll add some more soon. It's a little bit surprising. They've been the only 2 basically since the even pre-beta. Those were
That's
the only
bonkers
2
to me because every like actual like console or PC version of COD has like 5 to 8.
Yeah.
So
I'm a little bit
that's weird.
surprised because they added so much content in the anniversary update. A little bit surprised that they didn't have one in the anniversary update, but we are going to go ahead, hop into the action. We got Tempo, one of our contenders for Rookie of the Split, pushing to the top of that Crash Hardpoint already, and he is getting extremely aggressive right now as Infinix looking like they might try to run a 150-0 right here like we saw Team Fierce doing up against Tribe the other day. Unfortunately, they will sneak in 1 point right there, so won't be able to get the 150-0, but Tempo is cooking with this QQ9 right now. Deathly's climbing up the ladder. Tempo's going to win that one as well, and absolute dominance off the start for Team Infinix.
Yeah, and I actually would expect more teams to start running the MP5. I know you've talked about it a little bit in the past, Bobby. The addition of the 10mm rounds really changes the gun. It gives you quite a substantial amount more kill power. So definitely one that I would like to see for more of the run and gun slayers. You know, names that come to mind. I mean, obviously Tempo here. But also other players that excel in just the fast close range gunfights, like Darky would be one that would come to mind, or Impulsive. Phenomenal run and gun players. But you see Tempo getting his 5th kill there. Yuji and Tatio both using the chopper, so definitely going to have to be watching out for Infinix getting set up. It does look like Tatio has actually made the switch. Or maybe he just picked up Yuji's earlier and I didn't notice it, but...
Yeah, so one actually super important update that happened, it was actually a shadow nerf / shadow buff. So one of them, there's actually a massive nerf to the HG40. They nerfed the damage at all ranges, so that's part of the reason why you're not seeing a lot of people here using it. We do still actually have, I believe, 4 in play, but it's a gun that we're definitely going to see being used less and less with it. Now being pretty comparable to the RUS-79U, very difficult to 4-tap with it, and a pretty big nerf in the actual lethal zones of the gun as well. One of the shadow buffs that we had was an increase to the extended mag of the Phoenix, so probably not going to see it used a whole lot on a map like Crash, but once we start getting into the search and destroy, could potentially start seeing that coming into use more as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel like a lot of players will still favor the HG40 even with the minor nerfs, just due to the very controllable recoil that the gun has. It gives you a lot of advantage at a range, even though you need that extra bullet now. Definitely going to see some players switch to other more damaging assault rifles, but again, for these longer range fights that we're going to see on Crash, definitely HG40 still a very strong pick, as Envoy picks up a triple kill with that Annihilator.
Yeah, looks like Status Quo is going to be able to close out this first game pretty quickly. Deathly's and Silva combining for 3 kills so far. That's not going to make the cut, as we've got Envoy, Yuji, and Tempo all up above 12 kills. Munoz, who hasn't been playing a ton with the team lately, and we actually don't have Cheto in play right now, but looking like it doesn't really matter all that much as Infinix is continuing to dominate map control, dominating control of spawns. Envoy just continuing to spray through that smoke and pulls out his alternate gun there as well. They are not letting Status Quo anywhere near this hard point, with the Hunter Killer going out right there, and a few players on site for Infinix. More than likely, they'll be able to close this out in the next few seconds.
As Skill does pick up a kill onto Tio there, but we do have an opportunity on this next hard point for Status Quo to start to try to turn things around. But man, like you mentioned, with the kills racking up on the side of Infinix, Yuji approaching the 20 kill mark, and Skill just now hitting double digits with that kill he picked up. So definitely a rough spot to be in, and it looks like that is just going to tick on over to Infinix with the 150-10 win.
Yep, not too surprising to see there. If they had tried to, I think they probably could have pulled off the 150-0 themselves, but obviously 150-10.
That's rude.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I feel like teams are just competing to see who can get the most 150-0s, but usually
we've only seen one.
Yeah,
seen one
but
of those so far.
151, 150-0, pretty close. We do have Yuji top fragging 19-5 right there. Does look like Munoz and Tio were the decided OBJ players, as Tempo and Yuji just out there fragging and causing issues for this Status Quo team. We are getting ready to hop into Search and Destroy over on firing range. Once again, looking to see if the snipes from Meralto can be a game changer for them. They've got so many good players, but just have not been able to get consistent performances altogether. We've seen Skill pop off. We've seen Meralto pop off. Unfortunately for Status Quo, Impulsive not here. That's going to be a big missing factor for them, but definitely looking to see big things out of those other two.
Yeah, absolutely. As we do get into our second game here, it will be Search and Destroy on firing range. Actually got into this game really quick, and I do believe there's definitely a bit of chance here for Status Quo, just in the fact that Cheto is not going to be here, and Meralto is one of those snipers that is in contention for that sniper of the split spot. Definitely a big opportunity for him to make a big performance here and maybe pick up a couple extra votes for himself.
Yeah, we got Tempo picking up first blood. Does miss a few shots right there. Skill is able to capitalize, but 2 players drop off the start for Status Quo. Meralto trying to hit the snipe onto Tio, but not able to find him quite yet. He's going to be able to get that bomb plant down. We'll be able to slide away and avoid the shot from Meralto, but just like that, 2 kills coming in for Status Quo. Deathly's pushing trailer site, trying to get some shots onto that bomb right there, and with the Molotov going down, Munoz turns on it with the sniper. What a shot. Still 2 snipers alive, but Yuna able to take out Yuji, and now a 1v2 with the clock ticking down. He's able to sit back and play a little more passive right here. Not able to land the shot, though. That will likely cost them the round, as we do have Status Quo picking up the kill and going up to a 1-0 lead. Ooh, and a little body shooting coming out of Meralto.
Yeah, all in good fun here as Status Quo pick up the first round here in Search and Destroy. Meralto did pick up an opening snipe that really helped, and then as well picking up that last kill there with the MP5 or QQ9 that he was able to pick up. So 2 kills for him, 2 kills for Yuna, as well as Deathly's picking up a kill. Definitely a much better start to them this time around. And I don't know if Meralto's seen the rotation into the trailer there, but he's going to get dropped as Munoz is able to pick up that kill. Deathly returns fire, but Envoy cleaning things up. Triple kill.
Yeah, big plays from Envoy. Nice shots coming out of Tempo as well. One of our contenders for Rookie of the Split. And Infinix will be able to bounce back, tie things up at 1-1. Seemed like almost a little bit of a troll play for them to run 2 snipers off the start, especially with Cheto not being one of them. Munoz actually hitting some nice shots, though, and not surprised to see him continuing to fill that sniper role. Definitely never a bad thing to have a backup sniper in case you do end up needing one. 2 kills off the start for both teams. Yuna, Skill, Tempo, and Envoy will drop. Yuji picks up another one. He's actually opted to use the Echo right now, which is something we've seen used a pretty good amount in both the Japanese server and also had some really dominant performances in EU for Stage 4. Definitely something that we should keep an eye out for usage in NA Champs this weekend as well.
The bomb has been planted. Yeah, absolutely going to have to be looking for it, but we do have a plant now coming out of Infinix. Tio is able to get that bomb down. I'm actually was a bit surprised earlier. Meraltro dropped down right next to Tio while Tio was, I believe, killing... I believe he got the kill onto Yuna.
Tio's trolling.
Yeah, they just didn't see each other before, but now they're just messing around.
Tio is just standing behind him right there looking at him. Oh, that was so funny to watch from Yuji's angle. He's just sitting there. He's just waiting for something to happen. It will be Infinix taking the round right there to Tio. Our potential MVP of the split. 5 kills on the board already. Munoz looking to pick up a snipe. Won't be, but he will get taken out by Silva. And just like that, status quo up a man once again.
Tio does get a hit marker with the grenade onto 2 members of status quo there, but unable to find the kill. He might be looking for this one. He's going to slide through. Oof. Get 1, gets 2.
That was so
Big
clean.
Play.
Oh, man. That was just perfectly executed. Knew exactly where he was going to be on the inside of the trailer. Didn't have to push in to get the kill. Once he got it, slides the corner, jumps up, lasers across the head glitch, and that is why he is one of the contenders for MVP of the split. Takes out Meralto right there, and Tio just continues to be in a zone. 8 kills through 4 rounds, and he is hunting after that MVP of the split award.
Yeah, absolutely. 8 kills on the board here early on, and a big showing coming out of him. Tempo definitely struggling a little bit here. He does survive that gunfight, but just barely, and I'm honestly not even sure why. I mean, the health advantage that I believe it was Skill had there, he absolutely should have made that push. In the end, they end up getting the kill anyway, and it is now a 3-3.
Yep, we have Tio capitalizing on an over-aggressive push from status quo right there. Skill actually picks up a double kill, so it's now going to be Tio in a 1v3, gets the first frag, 1 player pushing into trailer. Yuna is going to be able to take him out right there. And status quo is able to take a couple rounds, I think probably more than a lot of people expected after the way that first game went, 150-10, but looks like they are bouncing back right now and capitalizing on some of that sniper power from Meralto, as well as the lack of presence from Cheto on the opposing side.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, again, Cheto is one of those big players for the side of Infinix, at least as far as Search and Destroy goes. We talked a lot about how the snipers are just so brutal with the opening picks. And without their main sniper here, they're definitely struggling a little bit more than I would have expected to see them prior to seeing who is playing going into this matchup. But, man, Tio is just playing like an absolute madman right now, crossing into double digits, 11 kills on the board, finds his 12th kill, make that 13, make it 14 for Tio.
Somebody stop this man! This is cyberbullying! Good lord, 14 kills through 6 rounds for Tio, and at this point you might as well just throw him up against the 5 status quo players and see what happens. He's going to get really aggressive over toward the B side, actually going to play back, but looking to make the nade play, and with 3 status quo players pushing the side, this may end up paying off. He's not going to throw the nade yet, but does hear a player around the corner, gets first blood onto Skill once again, hits the follow-up shots onto Silva, and he remains untouchable. 3 players remain for each team. Status quo waiting for him to round that corner. Meralto going to be trying to hit the snipe, but doesn't time it well enough. He is up in that top area. Deathly's waiting around the corner with the shotgun, and probably not going to get too aggressive right there as he ends up getting taken out by Yuji. Tio pushes up, takes shots, somehow still staying alive, but Only 2 players remain for status quo. It's not looking great for them, especially with Titio being one of the players alive. Meralto is able to get a hit marker onto him, as well as the pick, I believe, onto Munoz. Pushing up, lands some more shots. They're finally able to get the trade. Yuji's got the echo, and he's just trolling at this point. Picks up the kill onto Yuna, and Infinix looking like they might be able to get a couple extra free points tonight as Titio has 17, could very well drop the 20 bomb right now.
Yeah, he absolutely could. And just for anybody maybe joining us late in chat, didn't catch Bobby's explanation earlier, what's going on. Basically, because Hammers and Truly are not playing, both teams will still get their 10 DQ points for their original planned matchup. So status quo don't walk away empty-handed, even if they end up dropping a loss here, which with it being a 3-2 with the advantage going over to Infinix right now, with 5 points on the board, is a big possibility. Silva is able to make it out alive for a second, but that is going to be the end. 6-2 for the side of Infinix. So again, for anybody catching us late, that'll be a 30-point net gain for Infinix today and still a 10-point gain for status quo.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do have Deathly's playing spoiler 2 to Tio, not able to pick up the 20 bomb, but going 17-4 is definitely not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. We do have
4 1/4 positive.
Yeah. Infinix picks up the extra 20 points. Not that they really needed them, but definitely nice to have for them if we do hop on over to the standings. They're already in the #1 spot in Division 2. I believe that will move them up to either 100 or 110. I'm not sure if that 90 was with the updated points previously or not, but positioning them...
yeah, I think the admin told us it was 90 for them.
Okay, yeah. So that will position them very, very well. Basically making them untouchable up at that #1 spot, even if Nova Academy was to go 2-0 tonight. Infinix at this point just in a league of their own, and really does seem like that championship is theirs to lose at this point. Interested to see how that one's going to end up playing out. Apologies to anybody that's experiencing stream crashes on Trovo or YouTube. I don't know what is up with the restream right now, but hopefully they can get their crap together, and it looks like everybody was able to recover the stream. Wait, did somebody give 40 subs? I'm confused. Somebody said 40 subs. Or is that in total? I'm confused. Somebody gifted 20 earlier. That's probably what it's in reference to, but anyways, getting ready to hop into our next matchup, taking a look at the schedule. Game number 2 for tonight is going to be Exiled versus Fierce. We saw Fierce with a phenomenal performance up against Tribe on Tuesday night. We'll see if they're able to replicate that against Exiled, who has been looking stronger here toward the end of the season. Right now, they are in the #4 spot in Division 2, but that is definitely the most tightly packed division, especially in regard to the 2 to 4 spots. Nova Academy only 20 points ahead of them, and Violence only 10 points ahead, so should be interesting to see how things play out for those teams as they try to battle for those top 3 spots.
Yeah, absolutely. And this next matchup should actually be a really exciting one to watch. Fierce and Exiled are 2 teams that through last season were constantly, all season long into the last week, fighting tied for first place in Division 1. So seeing them face off here once again should be a certainly exciting matchup. Again, with some gun changes recently, I would really like to see players like Neji and Darky try to switch into possibly using the QQ9 in some of these run and gun hardpoint matchups. You do get the mobility of an SMG with almost nearly assault rifle damage with the fire rate still of the MP5. So definitely going to be looking forward to see if any of these players start to adapt over that way. As well as obviously some members on Fierce could take advantage of that as well. Raballo is one that just blatantly comes to mind. Beamed is a phenomenal pickup here for the side of Fierce as well. So I think this should be a really good matchup.
For sure. We do get Forsaken loaded in, one of the first players for Fierce, so hopefully we'll be able to get him and his teammates good to go. As far as matchups to watch tonight, obviously this Fierce versus Exiled one is going to be really big, especially for Fierce. Nova Academy, based on their matchup, looks like they'll likely be able to go 2-0. Nova Champs, I believe their only gain points so far this season are from DQs, so I'm not anticipating that they'll give Nova Academy a whole lot of a run for their money. Tribe Gaming versus Violence is definitely going to be a big one as well. Obviously, Violence, one of those contenders for the top 3 spots in Division 2, and right now, Tribe Gaming looking like they're pretty solidly situated. Obviously, Nova Champs can't really give them any type of an issue, even if they were to go 2-0 against Nova Academy, which is pretty unlikely. Tribe would still be situated in the top 3, and Status Quo, having already played their games, not going to give them much of a run for their money either. So it looks like right now it's almost 100% going to be Fierce and Tribe, and then 99% Status Quo will be the third team unless Nova Champs just absolutely pops off and goes in.
Yeah, and Nova Champs is definitely a team that we have seen struggle quite a bit. Not so much their sister or brother team in Nova Imperium, who has been performing exceptionally well. So maybe I would like to see the 2 Nova teams get a little bit more in-house scrims together and maybe help each other out in a way. Because again, Nova Imperium, a team that we see come through with consistently strong matchups. Maybe they can help give some advice over to their org mates, and we can see some more exciting matchups coming out of them. They have the players to do it. I mean, again, I'm not down talking Nova Champs or anything. They have phenomenal players, and I really would like to see big things out of them. Just consistency has been an issue.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to see big things out of Saxy. He's been one of the few players for Nova Champs that's really been consistent for them, and I really feel like he's the leader of this team. He's got the most esports experience out of all the teams as well, having played competitive Rules of Survival for NRX, and gone up against some really good competition over there. We've seen that carry over in his performance in playing for Nova, so a lot of it is just going to depend on whether or not he's able to get help out of his teammates, and whether or not they are able to build a supporting cast that can kind of work together rather than just kind of depending on him for the majority of the work.
Absolutely.
Just waiting on Exile, then one more player for Fierce, and then we should be good to go. I don't think I have any of these players added.
Who's the other one for Exile? It's Undy, right? He was one of the new players this season that's been doing pretty well.
Yeah, he did really good, and I don't think we've seen him in the last couple weeks, so could potentially see a performance from him.
Definitely would like to see more out of them.
Yeah. Seeing if I have... What are the odds that's the real Godsley chat? Gank Stars. That could be... No, I have Godsley added. Never mind. Never mind. I'm trying to see if I got any friend requests from any of these pro players so I can invite them, but I don't think that's going to be the case today. All right. Thanks everybody for your patience. Sorry, this is what life is like when you have to wait for pro players. don't know where Exiled is. They're not usually super on time, but they're not usually this late either.
Hey guys, hello?
Hello.
Hey, just a reminder that Shadow and Sneaky are not eligible, so please remove them from the lobby. Thank you.
Noted. Okay. Don't mind me. Just waiting.
Hopefully we'll get these players in here very, very soon for you guys. Obviously, we want to get to the exciting matchups just as much as you guys
do.
do.
The freaking lucky draw when it comes out. Alright, I don't know where our players are. Yes, Champs is the over 18 team for Nova that's playing in stage 4. Nova Academy is their underage roster. Yup. Exile just asked for a pass. What? Does that mean
I'm trying to figure that out too.
I am confusion. Alright, there we go. We got our first player in for Exiled.
And it's Undy!
Woo! Fantastic.
We're just talking about him. You ask and you shall receive, Bobby.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Stage 4. NA will be on Saturday and Sunday for those of you asking. I think the start time's around 2 p.m. You can check there's a scheduled stream on the official COD Mobile channel. That'll have the official start times and everything for anybody who wants to check that out. But I believe those streams are already scheduled out and ready to go.
Should certainly be exciting.
Yeah.
Again, definitely would expect Nova Champs to be reaching out to their sister team and try to get some extra practice in before this weekend.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we do really get good competition out of these teams. I think there's a chance. There's quite a few teams in there that are just not a part of at least the top of the competitive scene. I think 4 or 5 of the teams are not teams that we've seen nearly at all in Mobile Mayhem. Not that Mobile Mayhem is necessarily the standard for North America, but also it's like kind of the standard for North America. So
it's the most watched, I would say.
It's the most watched competitive tournament in North America for right now. So typically you would like to, and that's the thing about the EU champs. I believe just about all of the top EU teams, I could be wrong on that one, but the majority of the EU teams that were playing in stage 4 are also EU teams that play in Mobile Mayhem.
Correct. Yeah, we saw Cold and Singularity last week, and I know House of Anubis is a team over there that was a qualified champs team. So
I think that's the team that was picked up by Hammers, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and then obviously Kings, the
Kings.
The champions of EU.
Yeah.
Waiting on one more player for each team.
Definitely excited to see a Worlds event for COD Mobile. That was always one of the most exciting things back when I casted Vainglory, was just to, it's one thing to watch teams in their own region, because all of the regions always have different strategies and different different metas that they use. So that's always one thing to look out for. I mean, like you were mentioning earlier, we see a lot of Echo in other regions, but not so much in North America. We see more of the KRM, even the Buy 15 in North America. So it would kind of, it'll be exciting to see that boil down to which meta is actually stronger. Now, obviously, a lot can change between now and that event happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, just things from simple nerfs over patches. So definitely big potential though for the future of COD Mobile.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. At this point, I feel like nobody really has an idea of which region is going to be on top. I think people kind of have their guesses and everything, and there has been some competition from one region to another. I think probably overall the most favored are likely Japan, India, and maybe South America, but honestly right now, like, there's been so few matchups from region to region that it's kind of a toss-up at this point. I think NRX from Garena is definitely going to be one of the favorites as well.
Absolutely could be.
We do have our players finally loaded in, so we should be starting here momentarily. Just waited on Grace, and then we should be good to go for matchup number 2. And Grace just taking his/her sweet time. There we go. All right. Hopping into Hardpoint on Standoff. Looks like we got a couple of shotguns coming into play. Few, obviously, players AR speed boosting off the start as well, but I think the shotgun is something that's becoming more and more common. We've seen it in the past as kind of a niche weapon, and now to a certain extent becoming one of the most dominant guns in Call of Duty Mobile in the competitive scene. Undy in the backside will be able to take out Forsaken off the start, secures gas station control, and that's actually going to be big for Exiled. Jez not going to be able to win the gunfight against Bear right there, and pretty solid control coming in for Exiled. We will have a contest, but FHJ doing some damage, not quite enough to take out Forsaken, as Fierce is able to take the hard point for themselves.
Yeah, Fierce doing a good job here for this opening fight. Very often, and this is the case we've seen so far, as things go very back and forth or remain relatively neutral on the first hard point. And that has been the case back and forth so far. Teams picking up 4 or 5 points for it to flip, and then 4 or 5 points. As we see right now, it's about 20 to 14. So still very even as we are working our way over into the next hard point, which Exiled have actually done a great job of rotating over early, and will be able to get some lockdown control and maybe make up some of the points they forewent on that last point by making that rotation early. So really great strategy to give up the 10 to 15 points on that first point to pick up potentially anywhere from 40 to 60 if this off this one if they're able to hold it.
Yeah, we actually see Undy pulling out the GKS right here, something we might start seeing a little bit more after the nerf to the HG40, a little bit slower firing, but higher damage, so he's able to pick up a kill onto Slothy over top of that overlook, and Once again, Fierce with pretty solid control. We do have Jez pushing up and in for the side of Fierce, and they will be able to take control of that hard point. Grace, however, oh, Forsaken gets a double with the trip mine. That's actually going to be huge. He has 9 kills on the board already, and trying to push out to secure hard point of Next as well. Picks up another onto Undy. Takes out Neji.
My goodness.
He is slaying out with that shotgun hipfire and very nearly solo takes that hard point for himself.
That was a pretty wild play out of Forsaken there, picking up some really good points here early on. 12 kills already on the board, as well as very close to his Goliath here. Moving into the third objective, he's just 180 points away, essentially 2 kills. So there's 1, and likely will get the next here pretty soon. Misses the shot there, and Jez is going to pick up that kill. But there's a Goliath, and this is a big opportunity now for Forsaken. He can play this a little bit slow, make the rotation over, and if we can get a Goliath on this next point, that would be really ideal for the side of Fierce, because you're not vulnerable to things like Predator missiles or cluster strikes once you're indoors. So I would like to see him start making that rotation over.
Yeah, we've had some unfortunate usage of operators over on this. Honestly, for both teams, we saw Grace lose his Annihilator to a Shock RC. We just saw the loss of an Equalizer over on the side of on the side of Fierce as well. So we do have Forsaken.
Man, Forsaken.
Just continuing to go in with that KRM. It's such an odd thing because the new skin for it, the shots actually sound like a freaking marshmallow gun. So it doesn't sound intimidating at all, but he is slaying out right now. 17 kills on the board. Rabala with 14, Jez with 11, and picks up another one right there. Just unstoppable at this point as he takes out Bear, and just a one-man wrecking crew as he's going to look to slide into the hard point. Takes out Undy. Beautiful flick, already up to 20 kills.
Yeah, and he's working on cycling his score streaks once again here. As he's about 600 points away from this Pred missile. Obviously has the Goliath ready to go, has the cluster strike. I really, again, would have liked to see Fierce make the rotation over to Bakery earlier, get that Goliath out, get onto the hard point, and secure some points. Because we did actually have a really big comeback as far as points go out of the side of Exile here, taking the lead once again. And they are now about 18 points up right now. And this next hardpoint, not the most ideal Goliath hardpoint because it does fall in that openness of the initial hardpoint. So Forsaken may be looking to use that Goliath to secure 2-story instead.
Yeah, Rabalo's going to be able to hop on the hardpoint easily. Only 593 points away from a VTOL, so pretty good chance we see that come into play. Picks up another 23 on the board. Looking unstoppable with the KRM. He's going to push top right here. Gets the Shock RC out. That'll secure him another kill. And Rabalo and Forsaken doing pretty much all the work right now for Fierce. Picks up another 25. Rabalo only 323 points away from that VTOL. And even though this one's close right now, if he's able to get that into play, it's probably not going to be close for very long. He is going to call in his Pred missile, pick up a few more points, gets the double kill right there. Now only in need of 136 points in order to secure the VTOL. Will get taken out of the hard point, but with 3 players pushing in for Fierce right now, it's looking like there's a pretty good chance they're going to be able to close this one out.
Yeah, looking like it, but Forsaken is 29 points away from looping his Goliath. So, I mean, this man is playing crazy right now. There's the loop, and 29 on the board for him, 25 for Rabalo. Make that 30 for Forsaken. I'm actually surprised to see Beamed as low on the scoreboard as he is. He's been consistently the strongest player through this season for the side of Fierce, and that is not the Beamed we are seeing right now. That game was all Rabalo and Forsaken just absolutely clapping Exiled.
Yeah, that was just great out of both of them. We've finally seen Rabalo switch away from the M4, and to be honest, the M4 has just been such a mediocre game for such a long time that it's not too surprising to see whenever he switches to a gun like the HVK that with the recent buff, just absolutely shreds. He is an absolute monster. 25 and 15 for him, 32 and 10, triple positive for Forsaken, and definitely not an easy win for Fierce. We had Exile putting up a pretty good fight, and despite the fact that most players went negative, Neji going 4 and 23, definitely a lot closer than expected.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of that boils down to Exiled had better rotations, but Fierce just openly won more gunfights. So that gave them an opportunity, even though they were late on a lot of rotations, to turn things around and pick up the second, 2/3 of objectives. So
Yep. Waiting for our players to get readied up, and we should be good to hop into Search and Destroy on Raid. Shotgun Toxic? No, Shotgun... It's just the NA is so late to realizing that the Shotgun is the meta. It's something that's been so popular in just about all the other regions for quite a while, and it's like just now getting the respect that it deserves, especially because it's almost... To a certain extent, it's kind of like the sniper in that it's very good if you hit your shots, but it's very punishing if you miss. So the players that we've seen really master it have just been able to be really, really good with it, and that's part of the reason why it has become as popular as it is. Looks like we're going to have 2 snipers for Fierce off the start right here, which is something that's not too uncommon to see, especially in Search and Destroy. Jez loving his off-meta guns, and pulls out the M4 LMG right there, which is, once again, very, very interesting to see. Grace is going to get spotted from behind. Unfortunately, Slothy not quite able to handle the recoil of the Fennec right there. His teammate able to pick up a shot from behind. End is going to land a snipe, or Bear. Or maybe that was End. No, it was End with the Arctic 50, but now we're going to be a 1v1 Raballo versus Bear. Woo! What a jump shot over the rock out of Bear, and that'll get exiled round 1.
Yeah, that was a big one there for Bear, cleaning up for the team. 3 kills in the first round here of Search.
The enemy has the bomb.
We are running a lot of snipers on the side of Exile.
Yeah. What is that? Three snipers for Exiled right now. 2 snipers in play for Fierce. Jez doesn't land the RPG. I'm not sure how Bear is alive right now. A lot of missed shots happening. Fierce finally picks up first blood. Undy gets the trade. Forsaken not able to land the shot across mid, and just like that, we got ourselves a 4v4 is Undy. Trying to hold poolside for his team. They have successfully pushed up to the A-bomb site, and we'll likely see a plant coming in pretty soon. The snipers are about to start playing a much bigger role, as we do have Neji dropping to Jez up top. Now a 1-man advantage for Fierce, and Undy spots 1 player. I believe it will be for Raballo down in the pool, trying to get the kill shot, not able to make it happen, and gonna retreat back to the bomb site and try to play angles at this point.
Ooh, Jez! What a shot.
Woo! Forsaken slides the corner, takes out End. And just like that, everybody drops for Exile, then it'll be Fierce getting the defuse to tie things up at 1-1.
Nice work. Get ready for the next
Yeah,
round.
they absolutely had a great performance that time around. Sniper play working out pretty well for them. Forsaken picked up a clean shot there, as you had mentioned. So definitely big out of them. Jez had a big round for himself as well. And even though it was only 1 kill towards the end there, what you did notice is it drew the attention of Exiled, and then the team made the rotation in from the side and picked up the double kill to close things out. So 1-1 right now between Exiled and Fierce, as it is Forsaken picking up a double kill.
Forsaken's about to get an ace right now. Oh my gosh, Beamed had to go and yoink. That was 4 straight snipes coming in for Forsaken, looking like he's been sniping for his entire career, just decided to pick it up today and absolutely slaying out that round. 5 kills to 3 rounds, obviously 4 of them coming right there, and that will be Fierce taking the lead at 2-1. Looks like nobody going to be pushing the B side now for Exiled, seeing what Forsaken did right there.
Neji's got
And
the
he's
sword out.
He collapsed on the Baron and across mid right there. What is happening right now? We've seen him just pull out whatever gun he wants, and he picks up the shot onto Grace as well. 3 kills that round, 7 kills in total the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, Forsaken is absolutely playing crazy right now. Really landing his shots here with the sniper. I mean, again, the first round definitely struggled a little bit. Despite only picking up 1 kill in the second round, it was an ideal kill. And then rounds 3 and 4 have just been Forsaken running through the enemy. Neji picks up his first kill on the board there. Undy and End are able to turn things around a little bit for the team and even things out here 3-3.
Yeah, we do have, I believe, a trophy system exploding. Undy trying to land a DLQ shot across that pool side. Won't be able to make it happen. And Forsaken very nearly picking up the kill onto him. Grace is going to peek that top sniper angle. It will be Slothy picking up the kill onto Grace. And one player sliding into bank room, not able to land anything onto Forsaken yet. He's now going to pick up the Arctic. I think at this point, he's just trying to flex that he can get a kill with whatever gun he wants to. And will be the last surviving player for Exile, and actually hits a beautiful quick scope on the Slothy, but with Forsaken and Raballo still alive, it will not be an easy task for him. Going all the way around back towards spawn side, will rotate through mid right here, and looking to see if he can maybe find a pick right here. This would be big, but Forsaken waiting for him on that basketball court side. He's going to be forced to go back top. We will have Forsaken and Raballo right outside the window. End goes for the no-scope. Not able to make it happen. Raballo ends it quickly. And it is now a 4-1 lead for Fierce.
Yeah, Fierce have a big lead right now here in Search and Destroy. About 2 rounds to go for them. And a big 5-round comeback is needed by the side of Exiled if they want to push this to a game 3. So definitely be looking Fierce to step the aggression up here, as we do have a 1-for-1 trade. Neji picking up first blood, but Raballo not far behind picks up the kill onto Undy.
And we do have Jez landing shots onto Bear that will give a 1-man advantage for Fierce. Now a 2-man advantage as Slothy takes out Grace, and with that happening, it's not going to be an easy comeback to manage over here
Neji.
for Exile. Neji, who has struggled a little bit today, that was definitely a big kill for him. Now a 1-man disadvantage, but with the bomb down, I think they're. What?
Wow.
And we got a little troll fest happening. I think actually Neji was given a free kill right there. He will be the last man standing for his team, not able to land the snipe. Raballo ends the round quickly, and it is now match point right here for Fierce.
Yeah, you've got to be feeling good if you're Fierce at this point. I mean, again, this is 2 teams that were very back and forth last season, so Fierce were obviously looking to turn things around and really take a little bit more commanding of an advantage, which they have clearly done. I mean, with the big swing at the end of Hardpoint, and man, this opening for them is looking.
Ooh, it looked like it was going to go big time the way of Fierce, but Baron N picking up some crucial snipes right there, even after Forsaken managed to land another one. It's actually going to be a man advantage for Exiled. They might be able to prolong this a little bit. Slothy able to find him with the knife. And oh my gosh, the disrespect right now. Not going to get sniped right there by Bear. He's going to try to go top side, and Bear, very understandably so, looking to just try to keep as much distance as possible in order to avoid the 1v3 knife play. Not going to be able to land the first shot. Not going to be able to land the second shot, and the movement from Slothy might be an issue. He finally lands the third shot, and we will have Exiled staying alive for a little bit longer.
Well, I'll tell you what, if anything, this has at least been exciting. So, we saw a sword kill, we saw Slothy very nearly clutch with just a knife. You gotta admit, it's fun to get a little bit of a break here once in a while. You know, it's something
Yeah.
that's not just raw competitive, but a little bit of fun too. As Slothy is able to pick up the wallbang there onto Grace.
Ooh, Forsaken very nearly drops Neji. It will
Oh,
be
that
Ed.
was
Taking
a
out,
big thermite.
yeah, taking out Jez right there. Now four players apiece. Slothy's going to take out Undy. Forsaken just trying to move up to double digits, and his teammate Raballo able to do so, as he and Forsaken have definitely just been absolutely on a different level so far today. Grace, unfortunately, for Exile, not able to pick up a kill in this game, and might be a goose egg if Fierce is able
got
to...
the sword now.
Yeah, and it's actually Ed who's picked up some big kills for them so far. Hopefully this isn't something that ends up coming back to bite Fierce in the butt, but two players do remain. End is going to emote inside Garage right here, and I think they're going to play the waiting game and see if Forsaken is going to make the push. Gets the first blood, pistol behind. That's going to be an easy fight for him to win, and Barra doesn't even get a shot to take a shot onto him. It will be Fierce winning the game and the match 6-2 with a 2-0 sweep.
Yeah, big performance out of Fierce here, picking up the 2-0 win over Exiled. Obviously, that will net them 20 points in the standing, which they absolutely need at this point. So you got to give it up to Fierce for a strong performance here, as well as an exciting one. Again, you know, you might call it trolling, but trolling only goes so far when you pick up a triple kill solo with a knife, you know? So...
And honestly, it makes for great entertainment. Like, seeing chat's reaction to the double knife kill, like, it's just good content, you know?
Yeah.
Yep, unfortunate for Exile, they will not be able to pick up a win in either of those two games. So with that, taking a look at those standings, putting Fierce solidly at the top of Division 1, that should move them up to 70 points. Exiled currently down in the number 4 spot since they didn't get a win. That will put them completely out of the race for the semifinals. For those of you who have not watched Mobile Mayhem before, in the first day of the semifinals, we'll have the number 2 and 3 teams in each division play for the next game, which will officially be the semifinals. So the winner of Violence versus Nova Academy will play Infinix in the second semifinals game. The first semifinals game will be the winner of it looks like it's going to be the winner of Tribe Gaming versus Status Quo, regardless of the outcome of the next couple games, because Tribe is not going to be able to pass Fierce with them getting the 2-0 win right there.
Correct. So that's why I was saying that it was a big game for Fierce there, where they desperately needed those points. And again, they were able to pick up the 2-0 as needed, and Exiled, unfortunately, will get the fat goose egg for today, but, you know, there's always more Mobile Mayhem ahead of us, so we definitely will be looking forward to that. It does look like we have members of Tribe getting loaded in now, and this should be a pretty exciting matchup. Again, Tribe has been a team that back and forth we've seen struggle all through last season, and then came through with a strong performance at the beginning of this season, and then did struggle quite a bit on Tuesday. So we will have to see how they are able to play today, as they will be going up against Violence. So a team that definitely has players that you can't sleep on. And I think this should be a good matchup.
Yeah, it looks like, not too surprising to see, we will have the official starting roster for Tribe. So looking to get prepared for Stage 4 Champs this weekend, only 2 days away. The last player I'm expecting to be loading in, more than likely going to be Leon. Could potentially be Leon, or also, yep, we do get Leon loaded in right there. So this is likely going to be the team that we will see in play on Saturday. And assuming that they don't get knocked out on the first day, on Sunday as well for Tribe. It's been kind of their go-to lineup for the majority of the time. The one other player on the roster... Oh, wait, no, Tectonic's definitely going to be in the starting roster. So, likely, if I had to guess, taking either Childs or Nero's place, obviously Bolu, the IGL, will be the primary sniper. Could potentially be subbed out in respawns, but we've seen him playing better in respawns recently. So, more than likely, just one of these players is going to be subbed out for Tectonic, as he is typically top fragger for the team, and I believe the team captain as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Tectonic is again a player that we mentioned really has to succeed for Tribe to succeed around him. Um, Again, this is not a situation where I'm dissing any of the players. They're all phenomenal players. I mean, we've saw Little B at the beginning of this season pop off. Obviously, Leon, Bolu, Childs have all been spectacular players as well. We've just really found a lack of consistency for them all playing well at the same time. Quite often, we see one player on Tribe dropping really big numbers, and then the rest of the team kind of falling behind. Um, so I mean, again, a lot of it really boils down to consistency for Tribe to me. They were once revered as the top, if not at least one of the top respawn teams, and they've really struggled to kind of get back into the groove of things. So hopefully this season they've had better performances. I'm hoping that we can see a good performance out of them today.
Yep. And Violence is going to be another one of the teams that will be playing on Saturday, but keep in mind, Violence Mobile Mayhem team is very different from their Champs team. I believe they're the only players from Mobile Mayhem that we'll see on Violence team in Champs is Poison, Lazary, and Automatic. I believe Automatic actually played for a different team. I could be
Through
wrong.
Mobile Mayhem, yeah, he played for.
Did he play for Arsenal/Hammers?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe he played with them for a little bit. He is on the roster for this Violence team, but Forbid, Olev, most of the other players that we're going to see going up against Tribe right here will not be on that starting roster.
Correct.
I believe Mason is not on that team either. And I don't think Will is on the roster. So right now, none of the players in here for Violence will be playing on their Champs team.
Which is honestly kind of wild.
Yep.
Yes, Automatic was a sub for Hammer.
Okay. All right. Game number 1 is going to be Hardpoint on Raid. Game 2 will be Search and Destroy on Tunisia, and if necessary, Map 3 will be Domination on Summit.
I definitely still think this should be a pretty exciting matchup. I mean, even without having Tectonic here for the side of Tribe, Olev has or Velo has been a phenomenal player here on the Violence roster. One who we have seen make use of the Kilo / the car. I mean, doesn't have really big respawn performances, at least that we've seen, but in Search and Destroy, we see him pretty consistently drop big numbers, again, with that Kilo. So definitely would be looking forward to seeing him pull that out here. Mason, obviously, as you mentioned, the sniper for at least the Mobile Mayhem team of Violence, so definitely be looking out for him as well. He does often start out respawns on the sniper, specifically for a map like this, but will very likely switch over to the DRH or the HG40 after the first hard point where he loses that vantage point of the sniper window.
Yep. And actually, with Decoy rounding out the roster for Violence, officially none of this Violence team is the Violence we will be seeing in Stage 4, so definitely going to be interesting. Will botches the nade as he throws it off his teammate right there, so that'll actually result in even easier control of the hard point for Tribe off the start. Little B picks up his first frag as he quickly gets traded out by Decoy, but with Nero on the point, actually using that Type 25, which is not a gun we've seen be used a whole lot. He's going to be able to move back toward the back of the hard point, trying to use these head glitches, not able to land the shots onto Decoy though, and that will allow Violence to get their first time on the hill. Pretty good control right here, and an open opportunity to rotate toward topside around to that next hard point. It looks like Violence is actually set up pretty well off the start.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job, and definitely going to have to be looking out for Decoy and Mason here, who, again, Mason has switched over to the DRH. But Decoy rocking the chopper here, we will definitely have to be looking for him setting up on any head glitches or corners where he can really guard these points. and just have obviously near an endless supply of ammunition to rain into the enemy. But very back and forth game so far. We do have a 17-point lead here on the side of Violence, but Tribe not too far behind, as well as did pick up a couple points there on the early rotation, as well as Nero is able to pick up the kill onto Decoy there, but not enough to clear out that objective, and points are ticking away here for the side of Violence.
Yeah, big missed shots right there for Child. Should have resulted in an easy kill, but wasn't able to make it happen. So we do have Violence on the hill once again. It looked like Tribe had good control, but just wasn't able to win their gunfights. As I say that, we do have a lot of frags coming into the feed for Tribe. Nero picks up one as well. They should be able to put their players to set up for next. I really like this move out of Tribe. Not getting overzealous, seeing that they've got control of the hardpoint, but playing the long game, understanding that setting themselves up well for this next hardpoint is going to be crucial for them to regain some of that lost ground, as Little B picks up another kill right there. We will have a player pushing up top side, not able to get him before he takes out their teammate, and another big kill to make things a lot easier for the Tribe players on this hardpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tribe definitely need to turn things around here. This is a great opportunity for them to do so. Obviously, Garage, one of the hard points that we talk about being one of the harder hard points to flip if you give up control to the enemy. But just like that, we do have a big push coming out of the side of Violence there. And Tribe now spawning across the map. Definitely not going to be able to get a second push here for Garage. Will likely pull a similar strat towards as they had towards the end of Kitchen, and make the rotation over to basketball court, try to get set up there and see if they can get anything kind of momentum-wise back in their favor. Because right now, this is a Violence-dominated game. There will be no contest for hammers on these trickle points here out on Garage, and that is going to put Violence crossing very, very near to the 120 mark.
Yeah, and like I said, that was the right move for Tribe to make off the start, but if you're not able to hold the hardpoint, we only saw them on the hardpoint for maybe 10 to 15 seconds. If you give up a break that easily, it's just not going to be worth the time invested. We do see Leon up on the top side, getting some good value from that Annihilator. He's up to 7 kills. We'll see one player outside the window. Locks on, gets the kill right there. Another one onto Olev. That should make controlling that map a little bit easier for the time being. Won't spot the players entering Kitchen. That will be an easy frag for Forbid. 2 players on the hard point, 2 in the surrounding area for Tribe. Still ticking upwards, so they're able to close the gap a little bit with Decoy and Will pulling out their Annihilators right now. Little B with a big kill right there. Does end up getting taken out by Will, but able to end one of those Annihilators is going to be huge. Will, however, taking out a couple of Tribe players. He's going to get stuck, and Bolu actually capitalizes, picks up the frag. They'll be able to get the rest of this scrap time right here.
Yeah, and Tribe absolutely need it. They have got themselves quite a few points off of this hard point, obviously jumping up from 37 to, it looks like they'll be ending with 88 here, I believe. Yep, 88 points. So they're now within 40, about 33 points shy, and moving on over into mid. This is a big objective where score streaks really start to matter. This is a big one for Cluster Strikes, as it is Lil B picking up a kill there on Mason. This is a really big opportunity for the side of Tribe here, as we do have the VTOL in.
Chell's got a VTOL out of a care package. Are you kidding me? It's going to get destroyed by Mason almost instantly, which is a little bit shocking to see. And honestly, if you're Tribe, that's so frustrating after you get lucky enough to get a VTOL out of a care package to have it instantly taken down. If I had to guess, more than likely by a Pred missile from above. That will allow Violence to retake the hardpoint. We do have Bolu with the War Machine, but instantly taken out by the War Machine of Decoy. And now only 15 more seconds needed for Violence. No map control over towards Statue side. Tribe is going to need some type of miracle to be able to pull this one off.
I actually don't think it was a Pred missile that took out the VTOL, with Mason only having 10 kills. And just now unlocking his Pred, he certainly doesn't have the points to have looped. At least I wouldn't think. We haven't seen a Goliath out of him yet.
It could have very well... Oh, it wouldn't have been his Annihilator either, because he's just now pulling that out. So, not sure what that could have been, but it will be Violence coming out on top right there, as they were able to eliminate that VTOL pretty quickly. They just were able to get all the breaks that they needed, and even when they were late on their rotations, just winning their gunfights was the big factor for them right there is Forbid. 20 kills, significantly more than anybody else on Tribe, as they were all they were consistent, but just not winning enough gunfights to muster a win right there.
Yeah, big win there for the side of Violence. Tribe definitely struggling quite a bit throughout that game, but they did show some big signs of life. So definitely going to have to look forward to seeing them come through and search and destroy. Hopefully they're able to push us to a game three and move us on to, I believe we have Summit for domination between these two teams. And again, this is a matchup that I would love to see go to game 3, especially with champs right around the corner this weekend. So the more we get to see out of these guys, the more information we'll have going into the weekend.
Yeah, I would say Search and Destroy is definitely the mode where most of the time I would give Tribe the advantage, just because even in games where they're not winning their gunfights, the nice thing about Search and Destroy is you do get that reset after every round, so you can strategize, and it's a lot more game sense and mentality than it is actually just pushing and winning gunfights. So I'm hoping they're able to win this and give us a game 3, because based off how game 1 went, I think it would be a really good matchup. Obviously, we are going to have Little B sniping off the start. More than likely, we'll see him sliding mid-side to try to pick up that first blood. But with Mason sniping as well, definitely look to see if he's able to pick up a couple counter snipes for Violence. He's actually going to push all the way over toward the B site. We do have Little B going to mid-side and not picking up the shot. Actually just barely dodges the RPG from the opposing team. No first blood for either team coming in quite yet. Will on the outside of the B site looking to push down. We will have one player up top, and Olev quickly getting the first blood. A lot of frags coming in, as a matter of fact. 3 players drop for Tribe off the start. Little B in that top side with the sniper, trying to see if he can maybe land one onto a player down below, and actually does not see Will. Could have had an easy shot, but not able to make it happen quite yet. But he hits the follow-up, and just like that, it's going to be a 2v1 for Tribe. Leon's still alive as well, and Olev just sitting topside with an unusual Locust build. You can see he's actually got the Damascus skin. I believe that's a 3 or 4 times on it. Just playing this corner, waiting for Tribe to make the first move. He is going to need to pick up the bomb in order for them to have a shot at closing it out. And with it pretty exposed over on the opposite side, not an ideal situation for him. Tribe playing this patient.
This is an even worse situation.
Oh, he hits the no-scope. If he had been able to get the double, that would have been nutty. But Leon plays it perfectly, uses his teammate as bait, and is able to pick up the first win for Tribe.
Yeah, and Tribe definitely needed that opening win here, especially after that kind of heartbreaking loss. It almost looked like they were going to make the comeback, and then just were unable to make it happen off of what, again, looked like things were going in their favor. Because we do have a big rotation here from the side of Violence towards the B-bomb. They very likely will get an opportunity to get a free and early plant here, and that is going to force Tribe to fight against the clock, against a team that is set up. But that's a double kill going over to Tribe.
Yeah, that's going to be huge for them. Just like that, 2 trades come in as Forbid and Mason pick up shots onto Chelds and Little B. So we are evened up, and with the bomb down for Violence, that will give them the advantage. Mason's not able to land the snipe onto Bolu. He is able to hit the follow-up. Now in a 2v1, Nero all by himself. A lot of missed shots right here. Mason not able to capitalize by the overexposed Tribe player. Could be an easy frag for him. He's able to pick it up, but he's going to need to get the frag and the defuse, which is no easy task. Won't be able to see Olev up top. Lands the FHJ shot, and that will allow Violence to tie things up at 1-1.
Yeah, and obviously we're seeing a lot more FHJ come into play with some recent changes, so definitely keep an eye out for that. I do believe that is what realistically took the VTOL out of the sky so quick last time. I think a couple players all at once kind of pulled out their VTOLs and or pulled out their VTOLs, pulled out the rockets and took the VTOL down. But 1-for-1 now in this game as a big round comes through for the side of Violence. But it's Nero picking up first blood onto Will.
That was actually a big turn right there. Didn't have the first shot, didn't have the angle, but was still able to win the gunfight just like that. Tribe with a 2-man advantage once again. They've got control of the B bomb site pretty well, and with Leon taking out Olev right there, the bomb is down. We do have Mason taking out Chelds, but still a pretty manageable situation. We got Forbid pushing topside for Violence. Little B will drop, and the players for Tribe kind of dwindling right now. They had a 3-player advantage, now down to 1. Mason and Forbid gonna need to clutch this one out, especially with the bomb in the midst of 3 Tribe players. It's not gonna be an easy task, and at this point, Tribe definitely not looking to push any angles that they don't need to. Mason tries to land the shot, not going to be able to do so. He will actually hit marker right there. That's a huge shot. And if you're Tribe, you just want to sit back as much as possible. You know where they are. You don't have any need to push that angle. It could be an advantageous push right here for Mason, but he's going to have a close-range gunfight, unable to win it versus Bolu. Now a 2v1 for Forbid, who has been able to pick up the bomb, might be able to get the plant over on the bomb site.
Well, if he didn't run into 2 members of Tribe right there, might have been the case. I'm actually surprised that Tribe didn't camp that bomb a little bit harder. They absolutely knew they had bomb down, and they still made the rotation over to B, just kind of looking for the kill to me, which, you know, again, it's always fun to get the kill, but at the same time, you definitely put a lot of risk there. Even if you do have the 2v1 advantage, all it takes is a bomb to get planted, and then that person who is, again, set up, able to listen for sound cues, can make that rotation, get the kill, and then all of a sudden it's a 1v1, and it's a much less favorable situation. But it is Leon picking up a kill in return, as we did have a kill onto Childs there. So it's a 4v4 right now with a 2-1 lead for Tribe.
Nero gets the kill onto Mason as well, so the sniper no longer in play for Violence. Will still yet to pick up his first kill, and Bolu actually here's 1 player behind, not able to get the shots to go yet, but will spot Decoy up top. Now a 2v2. The bomb is down. Or no, the bomb is actually... Am I seeing this right? Oh, no, that's the person I'm expecting. So the bomb is down. I don't know why it's not... Oh, no, it's in the hands of Will.
Yeah.
So he's going to push bottom side of B right here. Trying to pick up his first kill. I'm not sure what that pre-fire was, but obviously not able to land any shots, giving away their position to Tribe, and they're still over on the A site, so may have not heard it right there. That'll be a free plant coming in for Will over on that B site. Tries to push up toward mid, will not find anybody yet. Forbid still alive, 6 kills on the board, and Bolu has picked up the sniper of his dead teammate to see if he can maybe make something happen right here. Checking that bottom side. Knows the exact angle he needs to play, but shoots just a tad too soon. Forbid has pushed down there, and it will be easy shots for Bolu, but not able to capitalize. It's actually Will, who had yet to pick up a kill, gets the 2-piece, and that'll tie things up at 2-2.
And that's a big round for Violence. Again, they were able to pick up the win on Hardpoint. They were able to shut down what almost looked to be a Tribe comeback. So they definitely have some big energy moving into this game. And, you know, again, a lot of this could really boil down to the sniping potential, specifically out of Little B or Mason, or even Olev here, who picks up a kill onto Nero. But Bolu is able to answer it back with kill onto Decoy. It's now once again 4-4, and 2-2 as well on the board. So very, very even game so far between these teams.
And Olev has actually elected to keep going with that Locust build. He's going to pick up the Type 25 to give him some versatility right here. And it looks like we will have a push down to the B bomb site. Bolu will take out the bomb carrier and Will, and once again, a 1-player advantage right here for Tribe. Has that angle played perfectly, but it's Mason landing the shot onto Little B, evening things up. 3 players apiece. We got Olev on the bottom side. RPG's coming in. Bolu doesn't see the player push out from bottom side. Childs will take out Olev, but it's now a 1v2, and sliding the corner is Forbid to take him out. And Violence able to retake the lead right here at 3-2.
Yeah, Violence definitely need to keep this lead here. They want to close things out here 2-0, get themselves the 20 points, so definitely be looking for them, especially as we do have the switch to likely be able to get set up and then maybe have Mason or Olev pick up a couple of those opening snipes since they're able to play the defensive angles a little bit better. That being said, they didn't send a single player over to A, and that is going to be a free bomb plant for Tribe. Olev does pick up the kill onto Bolu and is not going to find the bullets on the shelves there as Tribe cleaning house this round.
Yeah, Nero landing some nice shots onto Decoy. 2 players remain in Mason and Forbid, and they're both stuck back in spawn trying to decide what their move's going to be with 4 Tribe players alive. Just not a whole lot of options for them. Childs picks up the frag onto Mason. Now a 1v4 with the bomb already down. He's able to take out Childs right there, but just not enough time for him to have a shot at clutching this round. Might try to play for a couple more picks right here, but he's going to retreat back into spawn and just let the clock run out. Without much of a shot at closing this out, picks up the frag onto Leon, but Tribe will even things up at 3-3. Very well played by them to capitalize on the free A plant, and at that point, all they had to do is get a couple of frags, and they were able to do so to tie things at 3-3.
Yeah, Olev and Forbid both having an incredible game right now, as well as looking over at the side of Tribe. Nero at 8 kills, and then the rest of Tribe actually not doing horrible for where we are here in Search and Destroy. 4 for Leon, 5 for Bolu and Childs. Lil B definitely struggling a bit today, which again, at the start of this season was not the case. He was at the top team quite often. So we will definitely be looking for that, as we do have a B plant coming out here on the side of Tribe. With Mason already down, this does give them a big opportunity to pick up a round lead, but it's Olev finding their trade kill onto Lil B there, winning that sniper battle, and now Decoy gets gunned down by Bolu.
Yeah, Tribe just seems so much more confident with their offensive strategies. Obviously, when you're on offense, the game is much more in your control, but just a very aggressive, well-planned push up through mid that allows them to get the plant over onto B. They've been able to pick up their frags. Leon will go down right there, but Nero is waiting, able to capitalize. And with only 7 seconds left, Will not going to be able to get the defuse as Nero slides the corner to take him out. Tribe's going to retake the lead, and with how calculated they seem on the offensive side right now, I've got a good feeling that we are going to be going to a game 3.
Destroy the objective.
Yeah, absolutely. And Violence definitely need to pick up the pace here a little bit. Olev and Forbid both having phenomenal performances. Decoy and Will, however, struggling down at 2 kills, and that's definitely how much they're struggling here right now. Olev does look to find a kill there, but is going to get gunned down, and this is a big opportunity for Tribe, as they're going to get this free plant onto A.
Yeah, Nero actually got baited big time. I think trusted his teammates that there wasn't anybody in the surrounding area, so gets taken out. They're able to get the refrag, and with the bomb down, once again, the pressure is on for Violence. Little B sees one player on that angle, hits the shot onto Decoy. Could not have played that any better. Takes out Mason as well. It's now Forbid in a 1v3 versus Bolu, Leon, and Little B, and he is going to be able to land shots onto Bolu up top, but they have no need to be any type of aggressive right there. Little B lands his shots, and Tribe now at game point 5-3, looking like they will be able to push us to a game 3.
Yeah, absolutely, which would be exciting to see. Again, this was one of the matchups we were looking forward to, because these are both champs teams that are playing this weekend. But not only that, we also just would love to see these teams be competitive and push us into game 3. So definitely brings a little bit more excitement, especially since it's honestly been a while since we've seen a game 3 in Mobile Mayhem.
Yeah.
This season has been very weird in that sense.
Yeah, it seems like we've had almost all sweeps so far this season. We do have Nero going down off the start. Shots coming in as Decoy takes out Leon as well, so it will be Violence at the advantage for the first time in a few rounds. Laying down shots through to that B site. Little B trying to hold that by himself. He's going to be able to get back to the top side, but Mason and Olev coming through with a couple kills, and it's actually going to be a 5-0 right here. Violence easily taking that one, and things seem to fall apart very quickly for Tribe. They are going to need to get one of the next 2 rounds if they're going to be able to push it to a game 3. Olev and Forbid making some really big plays for Violence as they've combined for 21 kills so far. We will have Nero picking up the bomb, and it will be another mid push for Tribe Gaming.
Yeah, and Tribe definitely need to pick up the win here if they want to pick up any points this week. Obviously, you know, getting into a game 3 is their chance to still pick up 10. Fortunately, thanks to some rule changes in Mobile Mayhem Season 3, at least if they do come through with a loss, they lose 0 instead of losing 10 or 20. So gotta at least have that kind of comfort in the safety net. But so far, it is a 1-for-1 trade, and Nero for Decoy is a big trade for the side of Violence.
Yeah, it looked like Childs was finally going to have an angle to get a two-piece, but Olev not only able to slide away, but ends up getting 2 snipes himself. Little B dropping as well as Nero and Leon, and it's once again Violence with the advantage. Childs not able to land a kill right there. That was an absolute must-have, and he's going to be forced to reposition, and now things are going to get a lot more difficult for Tribe. Bolu and Chell is definitely capable of making this happen, but they're going to have to find some really good angles in order to do so. It's actually Olev hard-scoping that angle to make it really, really easy on Chels, and just like that, we're in a 2v2. Both players playing for trades right now. They're going to be pushing over toward the A site. Pretty wide open, so it looks like they'll likely be able to get a plant down. But Childs carrying the bomb is actually electing to push all the way back to B. It looks like they want to get the pick before they try to go for the plant, but both teams kind of running in circles around each other at this point. Childs now at the wide open B site with Will and Forbid rotating all the way over to A. They will be able to get the B plant down. The pressure is on for Violence, and with both of those players able to move up to the high ground, Forbid's going to spot him, but not landing any shots. Gets the RPG onto Childs, though. Slides the corner, nearly takes out Bolu. It looks like the defuse might end up coming in anyway. He's going to slide the corner, stops the defuse. He needs to win 2 gunfights right here. He's not going to be able to do so. And with that, we will be tied up at 5-5 going to round 11.
If I was a betting man, that would have been totally in favor of Tribe, just having, obviously, more kills between the 2 players. Childs and Forbid were tied 10-10, and Bolu had been having a better performance than Will, who was really able to turn things around that round for his team. Went from only having 2 kills on the board now up at 4. Still nothing really spectacular, but really came through clutch for the team when they needed him. And again, as you mentioned, that pushes us to around 11, and Mason is able to find up the opening kill onto Leon. This is a great opportunity for the side of Violence.
Yeah, they're able to get the refrag, but the bomb is going to go down over on the B site, and Tribe once again in a tough spot. With Mason down, they've got a little more versatility, but Olev has been so good with that sniper so far. Definitely not an easy situation for Tribe by any stretch of the imagination. We will have Nero looking to send out the Molotov right here, see if he can potentially weaken one of the players. I believe that he's actually using shrapnel alongside the Molotov, and spots Decoy on the backside, doesn't take a shot yet. Gonna send the RPG over, but there's a trophy system that's gonna do 72 damage. He is now weak, and they've only got 13 seconds to get 4 kills and the defuse. It looks like it might not be possible for Tribe. We thought they were going to be able to push us to a game 3, but just like that, Violence takes 3 rounds in a row and closes this out in a 2-0 versus Tribe.
Yeah, that was a great performance here out of Tribe today to shut down, or out of Violence to shut down Tribe today. They pick up the 2-0 win. They pick themselves up 20 points, as well as that's got to be a big motivation factor moving into champs here this weekend. Obviously, both these teams are going to be competing in champs. So Violence, they've definitely got to take this momentum that they have here and move forward into the weekend. Definitely get some scrims in with some of these other teams, specifically maybe the ones that are doing well that aren't participating in champs. So definitely would like to see them do that, because obviously we want the most exciting games for champs as well. And I do believe you are casting those this weekend too, aren't you, Bobby?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So definitely make sure everybody in chat, you guys are going to have to catch that one. Definitely going to be some fun and exciting games.
Yep, that was, I mean, really surprising to see Tribe fall apart at the end like that in Search and Destroy, especially with how good they had been in the first couple of rounds of Search and Destroy. On the offensive side, they seemed so confident in their strategies, and toward the end just kind of fell apart. So hopefully they'll be able to bounce back and get ready for the weekend. We do have one more matchup for today.
We do not.
We do not. Oh.
No. Nova Imperium does not have enough players to field a roster for today.
Okay, so it will actually be a DQ Nova Champs is going to take the win. So that's going to be our final matchup of the night. All right. Finishing up a little bit early, but we've got a busy weekend ahead of us, so I can't say that I'm too sad about it, but we not only have Stage 4 championships this weekend, but we also have the semifinals and the finals for Mobile Mayhem, so the next week is just going to be some great competition for North American mobile gaming, and, okay, apparently wait, what? Okay, alright, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and raid somebody. Whoever I raid, make sure to show them some love, and make sure to spam hashtag use code Bob in their chat. That's going to be it for the stream. Once again, as always, appreciate Day helping me host and cast. It's been a blast, and we will be back to you guys next week for the semifinals of Mobile Mayhem.
Yeah, it was a definitely a shorter day than we
Yep.
were expecting, Bobby. But you know, I guess that's a fine way to close things out with champs this weekend for North America. So again, make sure you guys tune into that. Bobby will be casting that for you, who absolutely killed it last weekend in the EU scene for champs. So make sure you guys catch him this weekend as well.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. That's going to be it for the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys on Saturday/Tuesday/Sunday.